Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. And today we're going to talk about the 5 tools I wish I would have just bought from Harbor Freight. Let's take a look. Alright, first tool up. This goes without saying, but we'll throw it out there anyways. And it is my 10-piece seal and race driver set that I bought from Snap-on. This is a Blue Point. Bought this for about 80 bucks, something about 7 or 8 years back, around the first year that I was working at Sears Auto Center, to drive in axle seals, bearings, races for rear axle, pinions, everything. Use this set. I've abused it. You can see it's been mushroomed a little bit. My friend Shane, who I work with at the independent shop, has the same exact set that was made at that time about 6-7 years back by US General. Now you can pick it up from Matco, and the set is literally half the cost of this set. You can pick up the Matco 10-piece set for $40, $39.95 plus tax if you're in a taxable state. And from Snap-on, you're looking at about 80 or 90 bucks for this set. Same exact set. You're going to put it through the same amount of abuse over and over. And I'm telling you right now, he's had his set for about the same amount of time that I've had this set for, and there really is no difference in the amount of wear caused from beating and hammering seals in. It doesn't take a lot to drive seals in, you know. And I thought when I was younger, if I'm going to be beating on these things every single day or whatever, because at that time I was doing a lot with steering and suspension and brakes and everything else, and axle seals and hub bearings and everything, I was like, I'm going to need a decent set. So I bought this from Blue Point. And the set that he's had for equivalently the same amount of time with the same amount of wear. And I thought that came at about half the cost that I paid for these. So that being said, I wish I would have bought the US General, or now the Matco version of this 10-piece seal and race driver kit. So that's number one. That I could have saved myself $40 without a shadow of a doubt. The next one, this is a little bit tricky because it comes down to precision measuring and everything else. I bought this after I became Chrysler certified and working on axles and rear ends and things like that. And I used this a few times. I'm gonna say at least 3 to 6 times. You can see I left the bluing in here to check the gearing, make sure that I got my coast and drive gears are all perfectly aligned. I got a little acid brush that I kept tucked in there. It's got a nice magnetic base. This kit's made by Fowler. I picked this up off the Cornwell tool truck. I want to say this kit was a little over $100 at the time, but you can pick up a pretty decent set that looks almost completely identical to this set from Harbor Freight for a fraction of the cost. Again, about 1/4 of the cost. It seems like 1/4 is like the ideal figure here when you're talking about Harbor Freight expenditures and buying tools off of the tool truck. So, here's another tool that I wish I would have just bought from Harbor Freight. I have not recently been using this kit. I've had really no rear end work going on at the independent shop. We actually send this over to the axle shop to do our rear end work for us, so this kit isn't used as it used to be. I used it, like I said, about a half a dozen times at the dealership, and I just thought it was just the bee's knees, and it was precision and everything else. Nowadays, thinking about it, I wish I would have bought the Harbor Freight set and saved myself 80 bucks. So that's the second tool. The third tool up, now this kit I'm getting ready to show you is almost completely identical to the Matco version that they have over on the special tool shelf. This one I picked up from Cornwell Tools, and it's the oxygen sensor wrench kit. Notice I wrote on there oil pressure sensor as well, because if you open up the inside and you flip the lid, it does have a space for oxygen or oil pressure sensing unit socket as well. This set is the exact same set you could pick up from Harbor Freight, again, for a fraction of the cost. I think this set at Harbor Freight comes in at around $25. And I paid probably about 90 bucks for this set, 80 or $90. So literally could have saved myself 4 times the cost if I would have just gone with the Harbor Freight set. So not completely disappointed. Obviously I needed it at the time, but wish I would have bought a Harbor Freight set, because for how often I use it and in the positions that I need to use it in, it has the exact same sockets in it, and it just would have been, it would have saved me money. It would have saved me money. The next set is the front wheel drive axle socket set that I bought from Matco. Now, I used to have a Harbor Freight set, I did, and I ran it for about 2 years working at Sears Auto Center. And I was unsure at the quality. The quality seemed to be really good. There was some wear after a couple of years of the daily grind of constant use. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to be doing this for a living, I need to step it up to a better set. So I gave the Pittsburgh set that I had to a fellow technician that was just starting off and didn't have a lot of sockets. I just gave it to him. It was only like 40 bucks at the time. I think they still cost $40 for this set. And I picked this one up for about 80 or 90 bucks as well. And we'll open it up, take a look. And you can see that on some of the more common sizes, okay, that there is some wear. Not a lot of wear, because you're not going to do this. You're not going to be removing CV axle nuts or axle nuts as often as you think. Now, every once in a while, it is nice to have that bigger size, in case you're removing, you know, pinion nuts or axle nuts or what have you. It's nice to be able to have the socket to do the job. But again, the set that I had from Pittsburgh, there was nothing wrong with it. It was a perfectly good functional set, and instead of spending, you know, the 80 or 90 bucks for this set plus the $40 that I spent on the other set and then gave that away, I could have just stuck with that set, and I think it would have held up over the test of time. So this is definitely my number 4. Number 4, I wish I would have kept the Harbor Freight set and never have bought the Matco set, because it, to me, not a complete waste of money, but yeah, it was kind of a waste of money. I already had an axle nut socket set. I should have just kept it. But, you know, you go through these things, and I'm here to share them with you. You know, I'm letting you guys know I've bought in the cheap stuff, I've bought in the expensive stuff, and this is my experience, and I'm telling you guys right now, nothing wrong with the Pittsburgh axle nut socket set whatsoever. So that's my number 4. Number 5 is going to be a little bit tricky, okay, because this one, I wish I would have bought it from Harbor Freight, but then again, I'm glad that I bought Klein. But I did pick up the Harbor Freight, and I started looking at them. This is, now in case you guys don't know, I'm getting ready to open these up. These are DVOMs. This is a digital volt ohm meter. I picked this one up from Klein less than a year ago. I picked this one up today from Harbor Freight because there was so much similarity between the two, and I think there was only about a $10 or $20 difference, maybe the same exact price. I think it was only like a $10 or $20 difference, to be honest. And let me open them up and show you guys. And I'm saying that maybe I wish I would have gone with Harbor Freight to begin with, but let's open them up, check them out, and you guys can be the judge of it. So over here on my left, I have the Ames, which is from Harbor Freight. Over here I have the Klein, which is from Home Depot. Now side by side, comparing them, you can see there's a lot of similarities here. Both of them are in the bright orange and the dark gray. Both of them have the temperature gauge inside of it. In case you didn't know, when you get the Ames kit, it's separate like this. All you gotta do is install the lead, and it's pretty much the exact same thing right there. So we'll take a few pieces out. We'll take out the temperature gauge real quick. Let's take a look at the DVOM, and then we'll take a look at the actual test leads and everything else that it comes with. Now, side by side, stacking them up, they look almost completely identical. The Klein a little bit more rugged, a little bit more grip, but overall pretty close in comparison. Pretty close in comparison. Now, one thing that I did like that the Ames did that Klein did not do is that Ames actually supplied you with a magnetic tab that you can connect to the back of the DVOM. So if you're working on something under the hood, you can actually put this on the hood and hang your DVOM from it while you're testing, or on the chassis, or whatever weird position you find yourself in. It does have a magnetic strap with some hook pal tape. So pretty cool. Some of you guys are gonna argue with me and say that's Velcro. Whatever. It's, you know what I'm talking about. We call it hook pal tape in the military, so that's what it is. Any rate, also comes with a similar you know, temperature gauge that you've all seen from both Klein as well as from the Ames. Comes with test leads, of course. We have the test leads from Klein, and we have the test leads from the Ames. Biggest difference here is that I wish, and it's empty, there's nothing left in there. I wish that the Ames would have given you the option to have the clamps, because not all the time are you going to need the positive one, but sometimes you're going to need a good ground connection, and it's easy just to slide this one over the Klein and connect that to a known good ground so you can use your positive to test. Now with the Ames, there is no alligator clips. These things do slide off. Out of curiosity, I'm going to take the positive lead, and I'm just going to slide it over and see what it does with the Ames kit. So it appears to fit on the Ames kit as well. So it's not a complete letdown or a bum wrap, okay? I know ESS sells an adapter kit, a DVOM adapter kit that should work on this specific style of DVOM that you can get, and they come with alligator clips and everything else. So again, not a complete letdown, just would have been nice that for a price that's similar in nature, if they would have come up with an alligator clip system to be able to give to you with the DVOM like Klein did, to be able to do your tests. Now we'll plug in the temperature gauge for both the Klein as well as the Ames. Make sure I got this set up correctly. They both have stands in the back, so we'll set up their stands. The Ames is a little bit, you know, it's got a snap clip in the back, so that's what the delay was there. We'll turn the setting to the temperature for the Ames, and we'll turn the temperature setting over here to the Klein, and we'll see what they read. So automatically the Ames goes right to Celsius. All you gotta do is hit function to get it to go 2 degrees in Fahrenheit, and you can see they're within 1 degree of each other. So that's pretty cool, pretty cool. They both have a min-max feature, they both have a hold feature, they both have a range feature, and they both have relative feature, which can be nice. Your option here, instead of pressing function on the Klein, would be select. So in case you're not on temperature, let's turn this off real quick. We'll turn this one off real quick. Let's say, hypothetically, you wanted to go to volts DC. You switch that over to volts DC. You switch the Klein over to volts DC. Now right away, the Ames goes right to volts DC, whereas the Klein goes right to alternating current on volts. So we'll have to press select to go to direct current in order to get there, whereas with the Ames, we'll just have to press the function tab to go to alternating current. So both really, really cool DVOMs. The similarities between the two are almost uncanny. Almost uncanny. Completely almost similar in almost every way. Almost every way. A lot of similarities. The price is about the same. Like I said, a give or take $10 or $20. So I'm saying right now, look, I've been happy with my Klein. I love my Klein. Those of you that have been following me for a little while know that I had a Snap-on previous to this, and I traded that in for tool credit, and I absolutely love the Snap-on, but I really love this Klein. I've used this Klein a lot. I've used it in some of my videos. Now, looking at the Ames, I'm telling you guys right now, this thing has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential, and it looks almost exactly like the Klein version. Very, very few differences. in product. So that's my 5th tool. Alright guys, so that'll pretty much wrap up my top 5 tools that I wish I would have either kept or bought from Harbor Freight. I hope this video helps some of you guys out there, some of you new starting mechanics that are looking to purchase tools that aren't quite sure what tools from Harbor Freight that they can actually invest their money in and count on to be there and support them through the industry and working their way through the mechanic field. Look, there's a lot of tools out there, and there's a lot of questionable tools at Harbor Freight that you question whether or not that quality is actually going to be there or if it's not going to be there. Don't just take my word for it. There are a lot of people out there that are very satisfied with specific products that they've purchased from Harbor Freight, but I'm letting you guys know I love these specific products, but again, I wish I would have bought them from Harbor Freight and saved myself the extra added cost and headache. That's all I got for this video, guys. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying my channel. I'm sorry I haven't been posting a whole lot. I know I kind of went through a lot of videos this last weekend. I'm just trying to catch up a little bit, and I had a free weekend, so I hope you enjoyed it all. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks for the support. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the dislike if you don't like it. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what kind of tools failed you over time and which ones you wish you would have held on to that might have been Harbor Freight that you stepped up to the name brand stuff with. Let me know down in the comments. We'll let you guys later. See you guys later. Have a good one.